Oh, as far as being stressed, yeah, the main thing is fatigue, inflammation, um, trouble sleeping. You know, if your cortisol's high and you're stressed because of the cortisol being high, it's going to affect your sleep cycle. And then if you don't sleep, you're not going to recover, and it's going to cause other problems and other hormones to be thrown off. So a lot of times it starts with stress and cortisol. What another thing that stress will do, like as we discussed, insulin resistance, trouble losing weight. You know, you're developing, that little fatty, belly, fat that won't go away, big time indication that there's a problem with cortisol, or obviously other hormones too, like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and thyroid. Those are the big ones when it comes to stress affecting those hormones, cortisol. Remember, we talked about this. This is a hormonal symphony. One hormone affects another one. So that's why when we look at weight loss or just hormone in general, we need to look at all the hormones, not just the sex
100%.
hormones, but you also need to look at the metabolic hormones, the insulin hormones. We need to check a fasting insulin, see if their insulin levels are high. We need to check the cortisol first thing in the morning. We need to see if it's too high or too low. You could also go into being too low. Problem with high cortisol is that maybe you're feeling, some people feel great running on high cortisol, high adrenaline, but they're going to crash. And that's what when people feel it. After a while, there's no recovery. Remember that gazelle, that she has that just short spurt of cortisol because of that stressful situation with the tiger. But as soon as the tiger goes away, what does the gazelle do? Goes back to eating, goes back to drinking water, just chilling, with their friends. And that's, the problem with us is we don't know when to turn it off. And it just stays on. And it's just, our bodies weren't designed to be on a red line, 7,000 RPMs, all the time. Something's going to break down or it's going to cause an imbalance, like insulin resistance, a lot of issues, and especially, and we start seeing it with problems with, gaining weight, especially the bad weight, the visceral fat, because that fat is very sensitive to cortisol.